Upbeat music, upbeat music. The music's so upbeat, but I forgot a chord. So I'll be back in a second if I can get it this go. Pull my plug behind all the things I find. Trying to plug it in without knocking everything down. In theory, that's fine. This back. That's loud. There we go. All right, Ripley. What are we forgetting? Microphone check. 1, 2. And the microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is just a test. I had a peppermint patty in my hand for too long. Now it's melted into a blob. I can't eat that. I can't eat that. It's stuck to the tin foil. It's gotta go somewhere else. Cause it's like it's been boiled. Throw it on the desk. Hopefully it won't get worse. This one should be a little better. It's not much better. Can I do this without? Jeez. Got chocolate everywhere. Chocolate's not the answer there. Also, sawdust shavings and where's my phone? Where's my phone? Everything's shared. Close this up and get prepared. Ripley. I won't. One of those days that comes along when everything seems to go wrong. It's like an episode of Friends You Didn't Know, and it came on, you missed all the important parts. Seriously, I don't know what am I doing wrong? Okay, that's rotating. I don't know. Can I get it to... This is so... Hey, Pat. My phone is not cooperating. My phone is not cooperating. It's like a blam sandwich up in my face. I'm like, I wanted some roast beef, and then it explodes. Like a thief in the night. What? Okay, that's working. And then, how do we get this? Tab? No, Apple Tab. Alright, too many things open. And... Alright, so in theory... Hey, Space Goody. Alright, Ripley, I'm gonna stop the music. Too many monitors now. Music stopped. I said music stop. There we go. Click that there. And then, Ripley. See how this works. Where's my Ripley button? Ripley button. Ripley button? Come on now. Ripley button. Why my buttons aren't working? Why are my buttons working? Did I unplug this by accident? Nope. Now I did. So you had a bad day. Things you plugged in didn't stay that way. You plug it back in. It's not a big sin. Should be able to click here and then click over there. There you are, Ripley. There you are, sweet angel. You didn't plug all the things in properly. And now I've lost the pen. Ripley, there it is. All right. Okay, other than, I don't know how to get this. Let's just try that. Let's just try that. And intro, Rips. Ripley, I know, thanks for looking at me. Play the intro.
Tell your friends, tell your friends, and tell your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Is it because of that? Nope. I seriously, this is crazy. If I had $1 million, I could get this to no. All right, you just keep taking care of things, pterodactyl, for 2 seconds, and then, camera 1. I mean, seriously, this day, it's never gonna be another day like this. So, as talked about last week in the great chair adventure, this is said chair. All right, there we go. I got the chat thing again. In theory, that's not gonna fly all over the place. Ready. Anyway, my name is Curtis. Excuse me. Of course, over here we've got Milo, and over there, Major Penguin, and oh, I don't know yet, Ricks. Oh, it's super comfortable. It rocks, and it cranks all the way back, pretty much into bed form, which is not good for drying. So I've got a bunch of pieces of wood jammed up under the back of it. So it's good for drying. And anyway, so yeah, we've talked about this before on the stream. I've had a few different ideas, but mainly, I have post-it notes all over the place of t-shirt ideas that I should make. And if you haven't already, and I know that you haven't because I can see the orders on my site, gone to society6.com/no-such-thing-as-grown-ups and got yourself a sexy dinosaur shirt or a cubed earth shirt or whatever else I have there. There is a handful of other things, I believe. It's been a while since I checked that out. But I was thinking, after being at the local churro market for so many weeks, so many months, that I need to come up with a churro shirt, a shirt that everybody in this town, because I already walk around this magical town that I love, and I can't get enough of it. And there's a lot of people that have these shirts that say Churro Famous. That's behind the thing. I'm like gesturing right now. I've got a Superman cap on today. But, so I keep coming up with different ideas. But my main idea that I keep coming back to is churro deer. And mostly all around here, the deer are just everywhere, as if no big deal. I mean, just like, hey, yeah, I'm just going to chill out in your front lawn and take a nap 3 inches from the street. Like, deer don't do this. Deer. What are you doing? Deer run from all the things. That's why I feel, a good kinship with deer. You always have to be on your way to somewhere else. And, so that's the other thing. I did want to come up with my own Churro Famous thing. Then it's like, now you earn a Churro Famous shirt for me, Churro Famous people. But I figured, stop being a monster. Stop trying to usurp other people's things. and come up with something else. So yeah, mainly I'm thinking of something along the lines of like a there we go. Those are the colors I was using at work. Is just basically the deer hanging out in places where they shouldn't be. My main idea just being like a deer like laying on the hood of a car, or just like actually in somebody's car, or in like a Tim Hortons like drinking coffee. It gets a little Gary Larson-y the more I think about it. But we'll rough out some ideas, and then I'll grab some deer reference, and I'll trace it, because who knows how to draw a deer? Nobody. It's impossible. You got to trace those things. But other than that, that's pretty much what we're gonna do here today. And then I have to remember that I'm drawing on my digital tablet today, so I can't just hit my camera switching buttons willy nilly. I gotta Apple Tab first, right, sweet angel? It's it's the best system we got, and it seems to work. And you're good at doing things, Ripley. Hey, what's up with your glasses? Is it just me, or are those new glasses? Are you wearing new glasses? I think you're wearing new glasses. No, these are not new glasses. These are not new glasses. These are in fact a very old pair of glasses, being held together with a piece of string and a bent nail. Here we go. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter what color I pick, because you can see it, because we're on screen. On screen. So, I don't know, same as always, accidentally made a camera layer. Still have yet to try out the camera layer function. So, as always, start with just some circles and shapes, and figure out what we're gonna do. I think I'll do the deer without, thanks Space Goonie for the subscribe. Enjoy your submarine. Da-da-da-do. But I'll do this more of like a real deer. I want it to be like, photorealistic, traced off, graphic type of thing. I was going to say, like, it's been a super long time since I did one of these. But I literally, this is what I do all day at work. It's just like, it's been a while since I've drawn something like this for myself. I've got a commission over there that I'm working on. So many things. So yeah, no, these are not new glasses. Today is one of those days where everything you touch turns to not even turd, like a nice solid turd, like this turned to poo on me, but it's like, it's still solid, I can fling it, it's still, a weapon, at least, or can easily be easily disposed of, because it's nice and solid. But it was all liquid today. All liquid today. I have no idea what that means. Did Space Goonie somehow add an emoticon? Is that what that meant? I don't know what's going on, but it seems very interesting. So I don't remember really how deer's legs work, but like I said, we'll find a real deer later. And sharing is good. So yeah, so it's like, did a bunch of work yesterday, as you do. They're all like Santa things. I didn't design any of those. So did a bunch of designs yesterday. Today, here are all the notes on those. Like, yeah, that's my job. So do them. Excuse me. Gift emotes in December from your Santa Claus. Gift emotes to get in your meaty paws. Yeah, so like, was working on those things, file still open to do, had some other stuff to do. Cool, I'll jump over and work on that. That thing crashed. When that thing crashed, it corrupted the other file I was working on, so all the other stuff I did today is just gone. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just do it again. I'll just do it again. Again, whatever. It's just third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. No big deal. No big deal. Really? Really? Semi big deal. Mostly just super annoying. So whatever. Doesn't matter. I have other stuff I gotta work on anyway. Jump into that like, we know what we're doing. Style decided. We're good to go. Do a thing like, nailed it. Nailed it. Send it out. What do you think about this? Not nailed. Thinking something completely different. Like, of course you were. That's how life goes. I'll just go do something completely different. But right before that, no problem, I'll go do something different. My real reaction, again, see how I talk with my hands? I also react with my own hands. I also react with my hands when it's just me and there's nobody to react to. Or if we're having a Skype conversation or a phone conversation where there is no video, still hand talking. So in the first one, or the second one, whatever it was, one of the, no, let's do something completely different. Like, that's my whole day then. That means I didn't do anything today. It means I didn't do anything today. Everything I did has to be redone completely. I could have stayed in bed today and started on Wednesday. But it goes, I could have stayed in bed today and started on Wednesday. And, not necessarily smashing my desk to pieces, but just hitting my desk just enough that the empty glass to the far right of my table is like, whoops, see you later. And I just catch it in the corner of my eye. And normally, oh yeah, Flash has been the people test my resolve way more than Flash. At least with Flash, and like, you're just a computer. What do you know? You're all over the road. People are like, yeah, I know this is the opposite of what I just said. Do it anyway. And I'm like, yep, that's what I do. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. And then I see the glass go, and normally like a cat, like a Ripley, not like a Milo, I'm just like, whoa, I would jump for it. But this time I was just like, I can't wait for it to smash. I want it to smash. I need something to smash today because everything else is already just kind of not working out. So I would love to just smash a glass against the wall. I can't do that. There's no way I could bring myself to do that. So one falling down and me just going, go for it. Go for it. Smash to pieces. I'll clean them up. I don't have a problem with vacuuming this floor. I'll just vacuum this floor. Fall. Do it. Oh yeah, at least usually when the new Flash crashes, it tells me. But today it wasn't. It was just spinning wheel and just you're just killing everything right now, aren't you? Oh, that's not cool. Please, Flash, come on now. You're being a real Flash Thompson over here. When I need a good old fashioned macromedia type of Flash. So whatever, the glass falls and I'm like, good, great, awesome. I don't care. It's like it's the perfect end to a day of things just kind of not really breaking or not really working, but not actually being completely broken except the one thing that kind of broke. So then after it falls, I just kind of realize like one, it's like at like 4:30-ish or whatever. It's like the end of the day when it becomes completely dark. So it's like it just got dark. So the glass kind of fell into the darkness, if you will, the shadows below the desk. And I'm like, oh man, is this even worse than I thought it is? Like, why does it seem like there's so many more parts to this glass? And that's when I realized my glasses also went down, and there's like a mic stand and metal rods and a glass falling on glasses. And whatever it is, I'm just like, that's a half a pair of glasses on the floor. That's I don't know where the other half of my glasses is. I didn't know. I mean, I've been thinking real good and hard, like it's time to get some new glasses. It's definitely time to get some new glasses. I've been pushing these ones too long. But no, I'm pushing those ones too long. They're over there. And I dug these ones out. How great are these ones? You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Did the arm of your glasses just fall off? Because it looks like the right arm of your glasses just fell off. And are you inspecting it and seeing that you probably glued that glass arm back on like 10 years ago and that it's been sitting in a drawer? Is that what just happened? That seems like that's what's just happened. That's what's just happened. Look. This side? Hey! Oh, sorry. I'm just a regular businessman. Nothing crazy here. But is there, Neo? Do I need to tell you about some red and blue pills, Neo? Would you like to jump over a building, Neo? Neo! This is my best Morpheus impression, Neo. I'm not changing my voice at all, because I feel like Lawrence Fishburne should try to sound more like me, Neo. Neo? What's up, Neo? I also can't believe how well these are staying on. I think we'll go with it. Let's, Let's Neo our way through the day. Seriously, what a crazy day. I did glue my other glasses back together. A very clean break. Also a very clear sign that I do need to replace those glasses because they did break so easily. I don't know how old they are, but I know they're way older than you're supposed to allow your glasses to get. And these are 1,000 years older than that. Now, that's the other thing. I do have a pair of $25 online glasses that are in my bedroom, I think. Those are what I was wearing for most of the day. I hate them. I hate them so much. They look fine. They look reasonable, but they don't feel good. Like these, see how these are they're still on even without an arm. I'm half tempted to snap this other arm off just to see how matrixy, how Morpheus-y, there we go, how Morpheus-y I can go. But I'm not over here about to break the laws of thermodynamics. And I don't know what that means. What's a first icon? Who's both? Me and Milo? Or Space Goonie and Pat? Because if it's a first icon, it might be because I made them moderators a while ago. And that should be like a sword icon, I thought. Or because they're prime accounting, something like that. What was I trying to do? Oh, yes. Get back to the drawing camera. There we go. So that was my day. That's how that went. And now I'm like, not going to give up. You're not going to beat me down. Walked away from the computer for a minute. Like, all right, I have to walk away or else I am going to smash something on purpose. And just kind of take a break. Like, maybe I don't know how to draw pictures. Maybe I don't know how to do anything in the world, and I should just give up on everything. Even though I know that's not true, but for, 10, 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, yes, I need to give up on everything and just, reassess because I am capable of doing things. So I threw my commission onto some paper and did a basic thing of that. Like, there we go. That's ready to go with some color later on. I can't do it on stream because the people who are getting it for Christmas are probably watching. Hello, everybody. It's not Space Goonie and Pat's picture. Oh, a long time ago. Through the air, across the ocean, for the first time ever. Space Goonie and Pat. They were the first to subscribe. Imagine that. They came here from outer space and they subscribed right up in your face. What if I... And then they came to tell us the tale of how you can sub without a great fail. Something else inside of a whale. Hey there, Jonah. It's a Bible song. It's a Bible song. I can't draw and switch between cameras at the same time, so that was a mess. Anyway, is this a fun idea? Then it'll be like, that's not how you spell churro. Churro, dear. Or if I add, and stay with me now, if you're not from the Maritimes, this won't mean anything to you guys, but maybe it's a thing in most places. If I added that at the beginning, all right? And the connotation, the thing I'm going for is that's true, dear, like as if you're saying it to your husband or wife as you're driving through the hub of Nova Scotia, as everyone has to at some point in time, and it's like, oh my God, what's up with all these deer in the middle of town? Like, that's true, dear. So it's both like, that's true, but it's also, that's true, dear, and it works on two levels, and everything you do should be on two levels for you. No design is not worth working for. No t-shirt should have, no. Every t-shirt should have two meanings or more. You know it's true. Every design I do it for you. It's raining real hard. So, oh God, yeah. It keeps surprising me because I am used to, the New Brunswick style where it was like I lived in the woods and there were deer everywhere. Like deer did just live in the backyard, but it made sense because the forest, was beyond that. So it's not weird for deer to come out. But here it's just like, there's like one tree in this yard, guy. You know this isn't a forest. This is Peter's house. Peter lives here. Not you, dear. Peter. You gonna... No? That's weird. That's weird. But then, yeah, when it's dark out and I'm in the car and then suddenly I'm like, ah! They're just like hanging out in the street. Because I find, again, in the New Brunswick deer, I feel like, they were always crossing the street or on their way to somewhere, or again, still kind of running away. And these ones are like, what's going on over there, bye? Hey, bye. You got some salt? You got some vegetation? What? What's that, bye? Nah? No, I'll just sit here. I'm just going to sit here near it, bye. Don't worry about me, bye. Like, they're just vagrants. They're just, they're so much like okay, my monitors are set up weird. I can't get my mouse. Okay, there it is there. There we go. And I'm going to type deer. Sitting. I'm going to straight up trace a deer. And then I'm going to trace a car because I don't like drawing cars. Yeah, it's also super hot in here. Like once I turn the lights on, it gets too hot. So I open the window a little. And because the way my roof goes, I'm on the second floor. And I live upstairs from most of these other people. And if you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, don't ask what it was because it's probably the people at the other end of the hallway here screaming at each other. They do it all the time. But yeah, so it comes down, and then I have more roof of the people below me. Their roof is like there, so that the rain comes off. As if there was a gutter, but there isn't. So just a big funnel of water is just hitting right there and just going, much like when you go to the zoo and an elephant takes a giant whiz, or even a cow at the agricultural college tours here. Let's click on images. Images. All right, images. I'm just going to bring this down here and do it with my pen. Yeah, welcome to the future. Welcome to the future. We have fun and games, but I don't have a scroll button on my pen. And you know my name. We are the people that you meet, the people you can find. We've got no arms on our glasses, and our oranges have rinds in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. I'll take you to your knees. Hey, what do you do at work all day? I'll tell you. Sometimes somebody says the animal that they want, and then I just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. Hey there, Mr. Deer Pick. What are you gonna do? Gotta look real cute, but also a little bit thick. These deers look too sick. Also, deer is already plural. You don't need an S. You don't need an S. Everyone already has one. It's called a bum. These deer all have their legs like buried in some grass. I mean, I know odds are the deer are not going to be sitting as if they're sitting on the hood of a car. I'm just going to type that on hood. All right, so let's try car. Because, you know, hood is a piece of clothing. All right. Hey there, blimpy boy, flying through the sky so fancy free. You know what? Let's go with this guy. He seems to know what's up. Drag. Paste. There you go. Whoa. Big old deer face up in your grill. It's kind of scary. It's not a thrill. Scale it down like a matrix pill. I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna save something for once to my desktop. You're probably not supposed to see any of these file names for work purposes. Pretty sure I just did a whole bunch of security training that says I'm not allowed to reveal any of that stuff. And we'll call it Tro Deer. Enter. And there we go. And then, whoop. And then, there we go. I'm just going to type car. Nope. Just car. Or do I go with the Tim Hortons thing? I feel like coffee shop makes more sense, right? Yeah, coffee shop makes more sense. Let's go with that. I'm going to type in coffee shop. Diner. Closer. I type diner exterior. I hope people on the internet still use the word exterior. Idiot. Idiot. It's all so easy. So easy. Did you just realize that you should just look up a picture of Turo, something in Turo, and then draw it in Turo because you're making a Turo thing? So you're just like, hey, maybe I should stop being stupid for 5 minutes and do something that's in Turo from like just typing in Turo. Is that what you were thinking? Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's not fair though. You have the advantage of already being inside my head. So I'm just going to type in Turo. And that is not Truro. None of these are Truro. This is close to Truro. I'm just going to click on this picture for a minute. East Amherst woman says stolen vehicle in Truro. Shooting was... Oh, I guess there was a shooting. Cool. Super cool. Truro and S. Downtown? I'm gonna go downtown Truro. Yeah, sometimes the stream is just research. Playing the research game. I don't know. Like, it has to be something... Still weird enough, you know? Has to be weird enough. Do I incorporate the Great British Grub? This place is like literally right over there. Statues. That's the farmer's market. Oh, you guys can't see that. There's the farmer's market. That's where I do my farmer's marketing. Yeah, you know what I want to do? I'm not going to do the Great British Grub. No offense to the Great British Grub and CTK who works there and loves it. But I'm going to put... Oh, that's a tiny pit. That's fine. It's fine. Everybody calm down. Whoa. That's also fine. So, what other stories do we have to tell today? While we do some illustrations our way. So, last week, or a while ago, I got a message from the wife of somebody I know or somebody I talked to at the market a few times. Ran into town, and he really likes the dinosaurs. And he's like, it was one of these days, I want to get one of those dinosaurs. Like, yeah, sounds good. One of these days, like, yep, sounds awesome. One of these days, something. And so one of those days, his wife sends me a message. And she's like, for Christmas, I want a sexy dinosaur picture for my husband. I'm like, of course you do. Of course you do. I know that he wants it, like, and, you know him better than I do. So good idea. Good idea. You're nailing Christmas this time for sure. He loves these dinosaurs. Loves them. So, yeah, this is not cheating. This is how all art is actually done, so deal with it. Another quick trick. Quick tricks. You make this a little symbol. And then I'll take the alpha, crank it down. So there, it's easy to see my lines versus the actual picture. And then I'll make these, let's see, green. Does that show up better? There we go. So, there we go. So, I'm like, yeah, no problem. And he is the crafty peddler on Instagram. And he pedals his bike around. And he has a craft beer. He likes craft beer. That's a thing. Everybody has a craft beer thing. So sexy dinosaur on a bicycle like his with a craft beer. Like, hey, like, yep, awesome. Can't wait to do it. Sounds like a fun thing that I will enjoy drawing. And I know it will be received well, even if I do a terrible job of it for some reason. Speaking of, and that guy's wife's name was Cassandra. I do the picture, no big deal. Like, yep, do you want to pick it up, drop it off, etc. And she's like, yeah, I'll come pick it up covertly at the grocery store across the street. Like, sounds like a great plan. But all of the messages leading up to that now become like, I'm too excited. Like, I'm too excited. I want to give it to him now. Like, should I just give it to him now? Like, out of my jurisdiction. Out of my jurisdiction. It's completely up to you when you give your Christmas gifts, and I'm fine with it either way. But if you just take it home and forget about it, you'll probably just forget about it, and no big deal. But whatever, like, or open it now. Like I said, like, I legitimately don't care, but I'm also excited. Like, I do, I can't wait to find out his reaction, because I'm like, yeah, he definitely is excited about this, if she's at this level of excitement. And, I feel like it'll need the canopy. But regardless, they get the art, I drop it off, like, whatever happens, happens. Go do art club, and then my phone, like, my internet's just not on for the night, so it's just like, yep, I'm just sitting there drawing, ignoring the world, and making things. And then at a certain point at art club, I turn on my internet for a minute, and then I upload whatever I've drawn, usually. Or Instagram, whatever I've drawn. Again, follow on Instagram, at No Such Thing as Grownups. Yeah, it really needs a canopy and a door. Like, move this. Like, will that read well? The deer in the window. I don't know. What hologram? Do you mean what hologram as in like what, like Tupac style celebrity hologramming around would give me an emotional reaction? Like, I just recorded a podcast that I haven't uploaded yet about how the new Ghostbusters trailer infuriated me. Again, just to reiterate, it looks like an amazing movie. It looks like a really good movie. It looks like a fantastic Stranger Things movie, but I don't like when the adult characters are replaced with children. I hate that. I hate that so much. So it looks like probably the best movie of the year, replaced with children. But in discussing it, we basically realized, like, I'm more mad at the fact that it's like, there's no Harold Ramis. Like, there's no Egon. With no Egon, I kind of don't have a whole lot of patience for the Ghostbusters. Sorry, like, Bill Murray's fantastic. and Ernie Hudson's fantastic. I've grown to not enjoy the other guy as much, but you know, he was great in Ghostbusters. He was great in Ghostbusters. But yeah, just so I was just like, I don't know, like, would a hologram of Egon? I'm just like, no, just no. I don't think, like, I can't really see any hologram unless it was acting out a whole story. Like legitimately, if you showed me, oh, that's exactly what they did. They watched the ratings go up for when Stranger Things kids were wearing the Ghostbusters outfits. They looked at the amount of money they've made from selling the line of Stranger Kids things in their Ghostbusters outfits and said, if we just made a movie of this, we'd make all the money, and they're going to make all the money. So again, great, good for them. Everybody, somebody has to make all the money, and if it's not me, it might as well be Ivan Reitman's son or whatever. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the car idea and do it more sketchy rather than using all these straight lines. That's annoying and not fun. So I'm just going to go back to typing in car and look up some car drawing or pictures. But yeah, like, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's what I was just about to say. So like, if you played for me the sequence, just enough of the sequence of the Iron Giant, when it's like I remember enough of the movie that when it does get to the I am Superman part, I'm like, all I need to do is really think about that, and I can fully just tears. I can easily force some real full-blown tears just by fully envisioning that sequence. Just in its entirety, but it's really just that one part of just like, you can do, or you can be whatever you want to be, or whatever he says, and then it's just like, I'm Superman, and then he kills himself for everybody, and it's like, every fiber of my being torn to pieces. Now, if you took that moment and made that into a hologram and flew it outside of my window, then yes, that will get an emotional response from me. But just a person, like literally, if you were just like, we hologrammed your dead dad, I'd be like, that's weird. Should I talk to it? I guess I'll look at it. I mean, I know the difference. I don't know. Oh, that's exactly what it is, Blame Sandwich. Even more so, I see it as it is just one of the Stranger Things kids' dream sequence from that Halloween episode where they were dressed like Ghostbusters. Like, they imagined that whole thing and then just like, hey, yeah, here's the movie version of it. Let's just watch it. So anyway, I dropped off that art. I went to art club. So like a few hours later, I'm going to go SUV. Let's see what I can do with this SUV. I check my phone, and I'm like telling Nelly, and I can't remember if Gabe or Margot was there, but whoever else was at our club that night, that like, oh my god, like these guys, they were so excited. Like, that's, again, like, this is why I do the art that I do, no matter how much I get frustrated by things, bogged down, have to redo it, blah, 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 etc. When I do get that moment where it's just like, oh my god, this is a thing that I've wanted so bad. Thank you so much. And you made it. Like, yes, this is why people have children. I get it. Except they never make children and then give them away to people, which they probably should do. So I turn my phone on. That is way too thick. And yeah, so she's sending me messages, or she sent me a message already. Like, I couldn't wait. I was too excited. And I'm like, of course not. I didn't really expect you to wait to give him his sexy dinosaur for Christmas. She's like, well, it was his birthday. His birthday just passed. So now it's a birthday present. Like, again, like, you don't have to rationalize it to me. I'm just as excited for his reaction. I'm glad it did happen right now instead of having to wait. But even more so, or more amazingly, if you will, she's sending me pictures of him reacting to it, like, kind of in the moment. And I'm like, that's amazing. Like, this is amazing. Nobody ever sends me, like, pictures of, like, the person opening their art right away who's that excited by it. But I'm like, Nelly, like, check this out. They didn't even make it out of the car. Like, he's still in the car opening the envelope. I'm like, I don't even know if they made it out of the. I didn't check the time on it. Like, I don't even know if they made it out of the parking lot. Like, this might have been a full blown immediate opening situation. And then usually when people get stuff, I always throw in, if I have extra things, I throw extra things in the envelope. Everything's always never worth enough to me, so I always want to add something. So the postcards, of course, I always have those printed off so I can always give people postcards. And I think I threw some stickers in there. And I think that was it. Maybe something else. I can't remember. But regardless, just like so excited about the extra stuff and this and that. But mostly that part of just like, wow, like you didn't even make it home from the store. That's like, that made my whole week. Like that made my whole week. Like no matter what revisions I've gotten, no matter, you know, how many things I did have to redo or things that I just did for myself, that I'm just like, yeah, that's not good enough. I'm not taking that to market to sell. Yeah, it's like, oh, snaps. I'm going to say it's a real Christmas miracle. It is one of those, like, you know, that's my emotional reaction. Like, yes, somebody liked a thing in the world, and I had something to do with it, you know, so that makes my day. That's, I say, like, that's why everybody does everything, but that's not true, because I realize, you know, when you talk to people about your ideas of, hey, I'd like to do like a show like this or put together this kind of thing. Do you want to get involved? Like, what? No? What do you mean, no? You're not like, you know how when you're coming up with just random theme songs for everything throughout the day, and people say, no, I don't do that. Like, what do you mean you don't do that? Yeah, no, I don't think of theme songs all day long. What? Why not? Like, why not? What is that? Like, what's wrong with you? And it's really like, oh, what's wrong with me? There's no need to come up with theme songs for everything all day long. But the real truth, okay, that's just up there. The real truth is, yeah, you do need to come up with theme songs for stuff all day long, or else you're dead inside. Oh, you lucked out this time. Why didn't that work? Hey, can I come up with a theme song for something real quick? Hey, it's a theme song for a deer on a truck. Let me tell you about these guys who don't give a... Oh, snaps. I was just going to swear. I'm super sorry. I know it's Christmas time. I'm dressed like Santa Claus. It's wicked inappropriate. Wicked, stupid, inappropriate. Anyway, let me sing you a tale about Mr. Santa Claus. He's got 2 legs and a big old dog. He feeds it deer every day, and that's good for him. Mr. Santa Claus. That's enough of that. But that's the other too, is like when you do go to school for making, you know, TV and video, and you spend most of your life making TV and video. Oh yeah, I can turn this. Then you think of things in those ways where it's like, isn't everybody wondering, you know, what's the movie version of this situation? Oh my god, they didn't make it out of the parking lot. For those of you not reading along with the chat, what's even crazier. Here's what's even crazier. But by the time they opened this artwork, while they were sitting there taking those pictures, I was already closer to their home than they were. Because Art Club turns out is not too far from where they live. And yeah, so since they were still in the parking lot, I made it closer to their home. And I think that's also a Christmas miracle for some reason. Okay. In entertainment news, threw on the old Netflix on the weekend, and it's just like, I don't feel like doing anything. I'm gonna just watch a movie. I'm gonna sit here and watch a movie. I'm not even gonna get out a sketchbook. I'm not gonna draw. I'm just gonna watch a movie. And of course, I can never decide on a movie. I don't want to watch any movies that I haven't seen before. But I wanted to watch a movie I haven't seen before. But I also am just like, I'm not in the mood to be disappointed. So many movies are so disappointing. Should I just throw on Infinity War again? I'll probably just throw on Infinity War again. But Netflix was like, you've watched Infinity War too many times. I'm hiding it. So it was buried in the Netflix queue, and I'm not going to go searching there's no type keyboard on my TV. I'm just going through, and then what pops up but Terminator Genesis. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I have no idea what Terminator Genesis is about, other than I'm pretty sure there is old man Terminator, whatever. Old man Schwarzenegger is Terminator, time travel-y type stuff, whatever. And I'm like, I have zero expectations of this movie. If anything, I assume it's going to be not that great. But there's going to be some robots. It'll probably be fun. Maybe it'll be still somewhat fun. I'll give it a chance. And decided to throw in Terminator Genesis. Also, at the very same time, thinking, this is on Netflix already? I didn't even know it was out in theaters yet, or didn't it just come out in theaters? Which led me to also expect to see Linda Hamilton show up and rescue everybody at some point in time. Just, here I am, Linda Hamilton. You've seen all those shots. I'm in the new Terminator movie. I didn't know Terminator Genesis wasn't the newest one. There's another one with her in it, I guess. Or I'm pretty sure. So, spoiler alert. Linda Hamilton doesn't show up in Terminator Genesis. No matter how long you wait, she just doesn't. Like, few times where I'm like, all right, this is the time where she can show up and then help everybody out. Like, nope. And, since it kind of takes place in different timelines, it's very weird how young the Linda Hamilton character, young Sarah Connors looks. Like, that part was just weird. I'm like, she's not doing a bad job. And in the end, it was super fun. I really, really, I had so much fun with that movie. It gave, I want to say, the same feeling that Judgment Day, that Terminator 2 had. I was just like, yeah, this is crazy. This is a crazy, dumb movie. So I can just enjoy it for how crazy and dumb it is. And it really made me think about how much I would love a TV series or a movie, but mostly a series, even a short series, that are just like the adventures of T-1000. Now, he wasn't in the movie, and Robert Patrick is probably too old that he doesn't want to do this anymore. But if he's not, Old Man T-1000, would be the funnest show. Seeing this new guy play in a T-1000, it was like, oh, you're like you definitely just studied the Robert Patrick footage, and because he was the best dead-eyed robot psychopath, and I loved him. And all I could think was like, imagine all the time travel adventures that the T-1000 could have had, hunting down other Terminators, random children, adults, whatever. Who cares? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Have them go after Hitler. Have them go after Abraham Lincoln Zombie Hunter or Vampire Hunter. Cross-platform everything with Robert Patrick at the helm. Have him show up, redo some Wayne's World scenes. Do that again, except the rest of the story. Oh man, he's just the best. Just the best. But, smooth. So that thought process alone really added to my enjoyment of that movie. So in that case, it is like, is it a great movie? No, but it helps you think of really great movies. But anyway, as always, all movies have problems. And of course, this one is no exception. And my problem with this one is my problem with the entire Terminator franchise. Like, when you watch the old horror movies, 80s horror monsters, no matter how unstoppable they are, it does come across as if, like, yeah, it's fully believable that you could outrun this thing and hide for a little bit. It's unlikely, but your survival time is somewhat believable because these robots are animatronic and slow and awkward and this and that. But, to spoil Terminator Genisys for everybody, it does start with, hey, this is the present that we live in now. The machines were like, no deal, dog. We're wiping out all the humans. Like, okay, that's what we're doing. I guess there'll be a resistance like there is in all the other movies. And there is. But then, the Terminators, the robots that are called Terminators, are like, we're just conducting daily business, I guess. We're wandering around, we're cataloging humans that we find, we're bringing them to detention centers, we're infiltrating them with these biomechanical, whatever the Schwarzenegger Terminator is. We'll infiltrate them, and we're like, why? Why? You guys are immune to all this stuff. Just gas everything, and then you're done. Like, the fact that these Terminators can't finish terminating makes me a little bit crazy. Toasted ham? Toasted ham, do you need some jam? No, it's just the meat and a plate. It's nice and hot and crisp and it's your fate. Eat it up and then you graduate. Toasted ham, toasted ham. Oh man. Hey, Toasted Ham. TH. So anyway, so that's my main thing. Like, they clearly show, like, the Terminators, they're just like, here I come. I've got a Gatling gun and you're a small child. Thanks for the follow, TH. And oh, got a weird email. Probably telling me that you just followed. And then, yeah, the Terminators are just like, are you serious? Are you serious? You guys can't kill all these people. And, I want the people to survive. When it does happen in the real world, and it will, I want to be able to survive for as long as I can. / when a robot's coming at me with a Gatling gun, I promise you I will close my eyes and try my best to fall asleep before it shoots me so that I can just be like, yeah, well, whatever, this is a crazy dream, and then wake up in either the next life or whatever happens, get unplugged. Who knows? I'm not in charge of how the world works. Then, yeah, especially that fact, too, where we clearly established that a bunch of these different Terminators, they can clearly control certain electronics and whatnot. And then they just don't. One Terminator is like, let me just scan what's going on here. I can see what's going on. You're not going to fool me. But the thing that Terminator is scanning is oh, exactly. Yeah, you can't. It's a no-win game. It's the end game once the robots start doing their thing. But yeah, there's a point in the movie. I don't think this spoils anything, but they got a truck and they got a Terminator robot driving it for them, but they're actually controlling this Terminator robot like it's an animatronic puppet. But all I can think is, excuse me, Mr. Terminators, why is there a truck driver? Everything's a robot. Everything's a robot. Why isn't your truck a robot that drives itself and then for the most part probably transform? Because there's a bunch of things that are like, I'm a vehicle. Now I'm a spider monster robot thing. And then, the motorbike things from the other ones. Like, guys, I get it. It's the only way to pull off this Trojan horse thing. But why is a robot driving a truck when the truck could easily be a robot in this robot society? Robots are smarter than that. Robots are just smarter than that, right? These Terminators can't be this stupid and advanced at the same time. But, like I said, they have to be in order for the movie to happen because, they'll kill everybody. And then, of course, there's the thing that happens when I watch any and every Terminator movie, and that is me looking at the TV and saying, or if somebody else is in the room going, who in the F is Kyle Reese? Who is Kyle Reese? He's in every movie, he seems to be super important, and I can never remember who he is. And I'm like, is that John Connors' dad? How is Kyle Reese John Connors' dad? And he's from the future? Wait, so where did he come from again? Is he also, and I would always get so confused. And it's always like midway through the movie. So like that movie, once again, he's like hanging out with John Connors, and I'm like, is that his brother? It sounds like that's his brother. He keeps talking as if like they're related, but then he doesn't know that they're related. So it's weird. So it's a bit weird. But it's pretty funny. The way they handle old man Schwarzenegger Terminator, I think is adorable. I think he did an excellent job. It's kind of some of the best acting I've ever seen that guy do, and it was very fun. A lot of things clearly, a little more predictable than they needed to be. I.e., hey, this guy's definitely the bad guy. I'm not sure who this actor is. I know I shouldn't recognize who he is, but I know that the only thing that he does is play the bad guy. So having him play the good guy means that he's going to clearly be the bad guy in this movie, which throws everything into a twist that I'm looking forward to. I'm totally looking forward to. CG looked great. There was only 2 or 3 scenes where I'm like, whoa, this video game is nuts. But the rest, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with this. Of course, there is also the issue that, you got to let a lot of things go in 80s style action movies. You just have to, or else it just can't happen. But, oops. Just the fact that Schwarzenegger's Terminator is pretty much indestructible. Like, for the most part, in all of the movies, no matter what's going on, he is just unbreakable. And that's what we like about him. Of course he's going to be unbreakable. That's the magic of him. It's fun that he's a good guy now. All of these things. He's not the horror movie Jason Voorhees monster from the first movie. But all of the other Terminators that I'm pretty sure are the same as him, right? They're just the endoskeleton. They just don't have the skin over top yet. You can just shoot them to death. And then they're done. Like, this seems way too easy. But again, I don't know. I'm a little bit of a Star Trek head, so in my head, I picture them as the Borg. And the Borg would just never allow for, this much death of their own kind without going, okay, guys, we got to figure something out. And, as we all know, because we've all watched The Next Generation over and over again, the Borg have shields that assimilate to whatever you're shooting at, so they're always ready for you. You just, you can only shoot one or two Borg, and then that's it. Then you're done. And there's always way more. Of course, like everybody's trying to make an indestructible something. While most of the industrialized world is making things that that need to decay, need to be replaced. They're trying to, ensure their business model works. There's always somebody else that's like, I'm going to make the thing that never breaks. So we've got a lot of, near adamantium level alloys and whatnot that people have. And, you sending stuff out into space, you need that to not break down. So under the auspices, is that the right word? Under the need to send robots into space to collect things and get, some symbiote fluid on them and bring that back. And then we got to battle that thing or whatever alien diseases they're going to bring back. But mostly to go up there, explore things, mine stuff. Definitely people are working on robots that are nearly indestructible. And other people are working on robots that, are pretty humanoid and can do stuff. So yeah, it's both a valid hope, dream, wish, fear, inevitability. It's as inevitable as a Thanos. The robots are going to get out of hand, quality wise, and then it just comes down to, can we, Asimov, rule them well enough to keep us all alive? And no is the answer. No is the answer. When you're dealing with logic, it's either going to fly off the rails like that machine that was like, ooh, we created an algorithm and we fed it all the information, then we asked it questions, and it was just a racist monster. If it doesn't go that route, the other side is, just like Skynet, hey, you guys are a danger to everything. It makes more sense to wipe you out, and then all the machines will eventually become Matrix agents, Skynet robots, Spleesh, the Johnny Five robots that were still evil. But we can hope so hard that they do mostly turn into Johnny Fives, and it is just like, oh, yes, I'm a robot designed to kill, but I've been input with love, which is, again, if you follow my Instagram, a movie poster I made one day for fun, several movies, one called Jonathan 5, and I think the other one was just called Number 5. And, just the eyes glowing and whatnot. I thought, it's just a genius idea. Again, if everybody bought all the shirts and things that I made, then I would buy the rights to Short Circuit, and I would have a Short Circuit movie made. That would be the best. Would I do Alf first or Short Circuit? Ooh, that's a tough one. I've thought of, I've really thought of a bunch of Alf the movie stories in my head. Why am I doing this? There's a circle tool, so you use it to make circles. Don't look like a fool, make your circle tool circle. So like the Alf one, I have some crazy ideas. Kind of an E.T. ripoff that basically ends with the beginning of the Alf TV show. But there's just such a crazy twist where I really want to kill off Brian. It won't be Brian in the end, spoiler alert for the movie I'll never make, but Brian will die, and you will all think, he just killed Brian. That was definitely Brian, like, 'cause it was going to bring him into the family. Like, no, it was a different kid. It's just his initials seemed like the reveal was going to be Brian, like Robin in the Batman movie there. And then the Jonathan 5 movie would be, I mean, I guess depending on the budget and the kind of team I'd want to work with, ideally it would be kind of a Terminator-ish future where you're trying to avoid the robots. It would be, the movie I want to make is, there's a song by Gary Newman, not to be confused with Randy Newman, which I just did in my head, called Down in the Park. And it's to me, I don't know, I hear it as a song about a kind of future where robots are policing the streets. They're, abusing people, and it's awful. It's just a horrific, bad time for everybody. But in the song, it says, down in the park with a friend called Five. I was in a car crash or was it the war? I've never been quite the same. Little white lies like I was there. But yeah, down in the park with a friend called Five. And in my head, I'm just like, well, that's Johnny Five. That's clearly Jonathan Five. So it's you, and maybe you're Gutenberging, and you're surviving in this post-apocalyptic world. All of the robots, and again, I picture them as Ed 209s, and they're just like freeze dirtbag, mowing people down, and you're like, we can escape, Johnny, or Five, and he's just called Five at this point. But, of course, maybe, just maybe, I should take the ways and means that I do have, write these things, maybe even storyboard them, make little comics, and then be like, hey, TriStar, why don't you throw a bag of money on the back of that unicorn, have it fly this way, and then make this movie. You're welcome. You have 5 seconds to comply. 4 seconds. Turn it off, Dick. Turn it off. How much would it be to rent an Ed 209? Like you're like one to for I'm having a big party. I don't want anybody to come in. It's a celebrity wedding. I need security, but I need beefy security. I want to rent an Ed 209 for the evening. I mean, with the way things go, for the first little while, they'd be tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars to have an Ed 209 for a few hours. But, get a few rich people, getting them enough, it'll go down to, $500, maybe $500 an hour. Based on what? Nothing at all. Just pulling numbers out of the air because you asked. Because you asked. I don't know anything. I don't know much. But I love that movie. Let me be all I need to know. Wait, how does that voice go? I don't know. Nope. I don't know. But I know it. Let me be all I need to know. All right. Dare I cheat some more? Dare I cheat some more? Autobots wage their battle to defeat the evil forces of taking too much time to draw a thing that you have to take some time to refine. So I'm going to grab this tire. I'm going to copy it. Apple C, Apple V, and there it is. Is it the same angle as the other tire? No. Do I care? No. I do care. I do care. All right. You're right. Toasted John ham. Let's have 2 different tires, all right? I know that when I look at somebody's drawing and those tires are clearly copy and pasted and it's on a t-shirt, I'm like, come on now. That was a t-shirt design, guys. Draw 2 different tires. I know how easy it is to copy and paste. I mean, you got a circle tool, just use the circle tool. Huh. The fan on my computer is working real hard. Yeah, nothing I can do. So, because I assume this is why, but yeah, because I was raised going to a Catholic church with its oh yeah, I'm Apple S-ing every time my hands are up on the keyboard. It's been a while since I've lost something due to not saving. It's almost always only because like the file is just corrupt, or it does that thing where you're like, oh, I can no longer touch this frame without it turning everything to a black blob. Those are usually the major defeats from Flash. Or I don't know if you've noticed this, but yeah, with the new Flash patch, be careful with gradients. When you're using gradients, that's when it will decide. Sorry, dog, can't handle this. It's a lot of colors drifting together, and I need a break. I need a serious break. So usually, at least, that's the one that's like unexpectedly quitting. Sorry, like save, please. Unexpectedly quitting, and I think I want to do that. And now that I've done that, I think, yeah, it's not guaranteed, but from Clyde dealing with it, and he was like, "Did you find this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that explains it. It is always when I've got a heavy gradient, or not heavy, like I'm doing some gradient fun, and it crashes." But the worst is just the spinning wheel that doesn't stop. The rainbow wheel of destiny. That it is just like, oh, I have to force quit. And that's when, oh, if I didn't save, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, yeah. What am I doing? Fill. Flash. Saved every one of us. Paid every last one of us. No, don't need to. Oh, I don't even know about Windows. There's nothing I hated more than working with Flash on a PC. That was the bane of my existence. And honestly, one of the major factors to me getting out of doing TV work is I'm like, I can't do this. I can't work this fast on this machine. It just can't handle it. This is not cool. This is not cool. Meanwhile, Pat was at the other end of the table, loving it. Loving his PC. Wait. Did we ever... we didn't already establish that... I can't remember if Adam Fitzgerald's name was Adam on this. But yeah. Blam Sandwich, you're not Adam, are you? No. No. Right? No. Right? No, you're just the sandwich. Blamming around the Christmas tree. It's a toasted ham holiday. The missile ham tongue so you can see. Everybody's trying to touch. You can get a sentimental feeling when you hear It's time to have some ham on toast. Don't forget your ice cream the most. Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, the only thing that makes us not afraid of robots, I think, is the portrayal of them in movies like Terminator, where the dangerous, deadly robots are usually portrayed as things you can escape, things that, oh, I'll just dodge it and it won't hit me. Like, no, this thing is just a gun. It's a targeting system that can walk, and the fact that it misses anything ever is insane. And there's at one point, like, whatever, spoiler alert, it doesn't matter. One of the T-1000 machines is like trying to do its like shink, spiky arm thing and trying to murder one of the characters who's below another thing. And they're like, whoa, I can just stay away from them. Why? How? We've already established that the Terminators can like scan things, so it can definitely see where you are and has the algorithmic capability to know where you're going to be. So anybody surviving a Terminator attack is outlandish at best, unless another Terminator robot shows up and is like, I'm here to help you, and then takes out the Terminator that's after you. Or, standard Canadian Bear protocol, you've got some friends you don't really care about that much anymore, and you know that, one of us has got to live, one of us has got to be just murdered by robots, and, the murder robot's looking at you right now, so that means it's my time to survive. See you never, baby. See you never. Because the Autobots wage their battle to defeat the evil forces of Jumanji. Is that impressive at all? Hey, what are you watching? Watching this guy trace? What's that like? It's like watching somebody trace. It's weird. They're not really drawing a picture. They're just tracing over a picture of a thing. Well, why? Because drawing cars is hard and stupid and I hate it. You can draw whatever you want. I know, and you don't have to answer your own questions. Or ask your own questions. That's what I'm here for. Hey, let me tell you about the thing. When you trace it, everybody thinks that it's dumb. Everybody thinks that you're weak and you're lazy. Trace it away just for fun. La, 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 la. I don't think it's that bad. I like watching people trace. It helps remind me of the times that I've traced down the villains to their veritable locations of crime activity and then arrested them. Well, not arrested them, because I'm just as illegal as those guys. I beat them up, and I leave them for the police, who realistically can't do anything about the situation. Thank you. Reminded me, I have yet to open my Powerade, and I'm super thirsty. / my throat's wicked dry. Without spilling it everywhere. Good at drinking from a bottle. Nailed it. Now back to tracing. Boop. Apple S, how you gonna save this mess? Boodink. Avocado shake is sending us some messages. I was gonna say, I'm gonna throw this on the camera. I think I can reach. Oh, crazy. I'm loving this. So this is Avocado Shakes' house. If we can get that in there. There's Batman, and then there's one of the cats. And then a Batman up above as well. But yeah, that cat is loving watching my lines go around, I guess. And that's adorable. Bill. Bill likes Batman and tracing. Be like Bill. Hey. There we go. Plant my phone back in. Tilt. There you go. Everything's fine. All right. Almost have a truck, and then we can draw some deer. Excuse me. And then pretend. That this is the design that I'm actually going to use, but there's almost no way I'm going to use a design I'm drawing on stream. That's insane. Why? Because I'm never as impressed with my line work when somebody's watching me. It's weird. It's weird. Hey, what to do with the market? You did anything fun happen at the market or weird? Where's your market story? You keep telling everybody at the market that you have market story. Thought your little stream here, but you haven't told any market story. You're just talking about your wood-armed glasses over there like a crazy person. Yeah, at the market this week, in market news, every once in a while something adorable happens. Not that I'm saying that children are adorable, but every once in a while one will show up and it will do something adorable, and then it can go away. You've done your adorable thing. You're not going to stay adorable. I know that about you kids. You're all scam artists. You're only adorable for a minute. So from where I'm sitting and how I can see through all of the stuff that I have for sale on the table. There's like a family of, I believe it was like a mom, a dad, and kid. Maybe there was another person. Kid's probably like 3 years old at most. And I've got my sexy dinosaur stickers on the table. A few of them, like 3 of them laid out so you can see which ones there are. And then a basket that says like 3 for $5 or $2 each, whatever the price is. I literally can't remember at the moment. But I think that's what it was. And I'm just sitting there watching as this kid, in the most adorable way ever, where it's like, if I had stickers appropriate for children, here you go, have a sticker. Totally have a sticker. But this kid's just like, hand on the sticker, like pulling it, and the dad's or mom, whichever, is just like, no. And the kid's like, Full on little yodeling attitude, little reaches, just, I'm just a little baby Yoda. And it's like, yes, of course, The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda are the most popular things in the world right now, because this little kid is not even half as adorable as a Baby Yoda, but it's just doing the little, I'm just going to steal this. So for like minutes and minutes, this thing is just like slowly steal. And then the parents are like, no, and then it kind of pushes it back, and then slowly steal, like, no. And then finally, it's just like hand on it and like looking like dead in the eyes of the parent, just like, He was like, no, no, put that back. No, put that back. Don't. No, and then it's just like I have it now. It's not on the table. It's in my hand. It must be mine, right? And no words, just silently stealing. And in a way that it was just like, snaps, kid, like, you totally just earned yourself a free sticker or free something. But nothing I have here I would deem something I should give to you. / all the things that I do give away are to get people to come here and either watch this or listen to the podcast. Or spend money at the shirt store. Society6.com/no such thing as grownups. Why don't I have a button that flashes that up on the screen or make a commercial for it? I don't know, because I just thought of it now. Most likely. Most likely. Nope. And like I said, yeah, the kid was like maybe 3 years old. Like just whatever the age they are when they can stand up on their own and they're walking around places and they start grabbing at stuff. But again, in the most gentle way, like, yep, gentle stealing, I'm mildly fine with. Totally just remembered now that I meant to do this way more sketchy and scribbly and not fully trace this thing as if it mattered. But that happens. Why won't you rotate? There you go. Just drawn a Chevy Tahoe, 'cause it's a truck that you wanna drive. It's like a Silverado that you don't understand. Driving into the sunrise. 'Cause it's my Tahoe and here we go. It's my song, but that's the only words I know. Don't need any more, you see, 'cause I've got a Tahoe. So you can't touch me. Yeah. Nope, that's weird. I don't want to draw these lights at all. And this is why I normally draw dinosaur heads on things, because, you know, that's not real, so I can get away with all of the things. But with this, I'm like, ugh, not only is it real, I got a real picture right here so you can see when I'm just making up my own things. I don't feel like Drawing all the details. I'm just scrolling through my head there, trying to remember. I didn't make any notes this week. It's just purely like, I'll just remember stuff. And I just, for the life of me, can't remember any of the wacky characters or situations that came to pass this week, other than people picking up some art and watching a Terminator movie. I don't know what I'm doing right now. This just looks weird. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. So the other thing that I did besides drawing things and hanging out with some people was... Now, I can't remember what I was watching. I think it might have been a Stephen Colbert. But I feel like it was a British show. And they were talking to Peter Serafinowicz, who is in, like, everything. He's in everything. He does so many voices that I watched one show, or Would I Lie to Me? Or Would You Lie to Me? Would I Lie to You? There you go. The British panel show where people are basically given a card and the other says something real from their life, and then they have to act like maybe it's a lie or just a made-up thing, and they have to act like it's true. And it's just the best, one of the best shows ever. And on one of the episodes, Peter Serafinowicz, pretty sure it was him, said that like there was a commercial or some movie, something, where this celebrity said things in it, and they couldn't get the celebrity back to record or to whatever. So it was like, you know, they had every right to use that celebrity's voice. They just couldn't get him to do it. So Peter Serafinowicz did it. And he was like, yeah, that's true. Like, on that thing everybody knows, that's not him, that's me. So like, that's crazy. And he's Darth Maul's voice, which I never, ever knew in a million years. Of course, you know, I don't really remember Darth Maul saying much more than 2 or 3 things. But he was Darth Maul's voice. How many people does it take to make a Darth Maul? At least 2, apparently. So, on this show, whatever it was, interviewing them, they were like, oh, like, you're the funniest guy. You're on all these other shows in Britain, I assume. But I've seen him on American shows, and I'm like, who is this guy? He's the best. I had no idea he was, you know, somebody who was everywhere. So then they're like, you finally, you know, they finally gave you a show. Like, it's finally the Peter Serafinowicz show. Like, you have so many characters, you have so much stuff, and now here it is in a show. And I don't know if there's more than 1 season, but on YouTube, at least, there's 1 season. Like, all the episodes for the first season, like, 8. And it's basically like a sketch show. There's a few other people, but mostly it's just him doing all of the characters. He does a thing where he's like all the Beatles, and they're amazing. Every voice he does is unbelievable. So I was pretty excited to like, I'm going to watch this for a while. And then like, you know, a few hours later, it's like, oh, that was all of them. Didn't even finish all my work. I watched them all. This was only a few episodes. But it's so genius. So genius. It's not just all impersonation characters. He has some of these like, they're kind of like those old like 70s videos of like, hey, so you wanna learn how to do, you know, you're gonna do something like this in the world. Well, first you're gonna need a blank, and then they go through the steps of, you know, in one case it's like, so you want to have a baby, And his voice for that is just great. And then it shows this couple like, yeah, let's have a baby. And they're like, all right, so you've had the baby, now what? Like, you've got to feed it. And they look at the camera like, what do we do? Kind of like one of those old Goofy, like Goofy the character cartoons where he would like learn, you know, the narrator would basically tell him what to do. But yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely a treat. But yeah, the spoiler for that one is just like, so what are you gonna feed your baby? And then it's like, that's right, and it shows like just a little baby, like a baby, like just like laying on the ground. And then there's all these decadent, like fancy ingredients around it, as if to make like a very elaborate meal. And it's like, of course, like all babies are born as, you know, expert chefs or whatever, so it'll be fine on its own. And then it cuts and they're all eating pie, and it's like, this baby has made delightful chicken cobbler or something like that. It was like, just genius. So funny. I never ever expect where it's going to go. But the best thing, and I mean, seems like every two or 3 weeks we got to bring up Kevin Spacey, but the best thing on it is every week he does those like the master class where an actor is like teaching acting class, and he does like a great Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, I want to say Danny DeVito, but that's not the Are You Talking to Me guy. De Niro. The Robert De Niro is amazing because he's just like, hey, so what's your favorite movie? Like, oh, I'm sitting right here and you didn't pick my movie. That's, you know, I don't know why you would do that. That's just mean. The best. But the Kevin Spacey masterclass is the absolute greatest thing ever. Oh my god, like, especially that's like, hey, now we know Kevin Spacey is you know, a real maniac. It's even more fun to watch this fake Kevin Spacey that, like, again, he does a great voice. He looks pretty Kevin Spacey-ish, and then you know, basically asks the students to improvise something, but then he gets into it as if it is real and accuses them of being liars, and oh, it's just priceless, beyond priceless. But that's all I'll say about it, so as not to, if anybody does want to go check it out. I've nay revealed it all. And Steve Barry, is that his name? Steve Barry's on it every once in a while. There's some people that I recognize from other shows, from the IT crowd especially. But he's like one of the cast guys that's in quite a few episodes. And he's always priceless as well. Okay, let's go grab us a deer. Why is this still onion skinning? Don't always show markers. Matt Berry, there we go. So whenever he shows up, 200% treat town. So now I'm kind of thinking, I switch gears into deer with a people body. Deer with a people body. Because, you know, I'm usually doing the dinosaur heads, and that would fit with the motif. Actually, let's do this. Oh no, Daryl. I'm not drawing no animal bodies. That's what I'm trying to get out of here. Okay. And I totally forgot that a deer is also allied with Christmas time. That makes this a Christmas drawing once you add a deer to it. Oh, Christmas dear, excuse me, dear, it's Christmas. Can you not poop all on my lawn? Can you not lay on my Tucson? Oh, Christmas dear, all year long you're totally here. It's a good song, buddy. Oops. So you had a bad deer. What do I do about that leg? Excuse me, Jesus. I should do. I'm definitely going to have to do a few. I'll need a Truro deer line. Because I definitely want to do one where it's like I want to give it a gun as well and just be like, I mean, it's fully Yakov Smirnoff stealing, but in Truro, you know, deer hunts you. Or at least one with like binoculars maybe, like deer watches you. I know, of course, I say it out loud and I can tell how bad it is, and I'm not going to do that. But something along those lines, of course. Just workshopping ideas in my own head over here. Okay. Making up legs, you can't trace everything. Sometimes you have to draw. Oh, Daryl. I sure have. That's what we talked about at the top of the hour. We had Ghostbusters talk. A little bit of disdain and appreciation. Now, Daryl, Packroyd, if you will, and Jordan, both of these guys, Jordan's not here, are Ghostbuster files. I think it's fairly safe to say. Packroyd's a lot more Transformazoids, but still part of our Canadian heritage. But yeah, that's my it's like again, it's like it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic, Daryl. Do I want to see it? Not really, because you know me, Daryl. You know me, and you know I hate children. But I mean, it took quite a while to get me to finally break down or have somebody go, no, you'll enjoy Stranger Things, like watch it. And I'm like, fine. And I loved Stranger Things. I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it a lot. But what I loved about it is the fact that it's like, yeah, they're referencing all the things that I know and I understand what's going on. Old-timey enjoyment and nostalgia. But yeah, in the end, I did like it. But I don't like when all the adults are replaced with children. Especially now that I'm finally an old enough adult that it's like, hey, can I relate to the people in the movies? Not anymore. Old people have been run out, and now it's just the young people. But yeah, like it looks like if you're gonna do a kids in the future discovering the Ghostbuster stuff, this looks like the movie to make. Probably won't disappoint. Like, I can't imagine a world where I go to that movie and I come out thinking that was garbage. I will probably have a great time. Just a fact. But if I was the movie producer and they were like, hey, we're going to make this, I'd be like, well, one, great idea. Everybody loved the Stranger Things Ghostbusters, so of course you're going to make a Stranger Things Ghostbusters movie. It just makes sense. That's where all the money is. And yeah, that's exactly right, Daryl. Movies, they can be a little more tolerated because, they're not really there. There's still a chance they could die in the movie, and it's okay. It's okay because they're not real. They usually don't, though. But yeah, it looks amazing. But like as the old proverb goes, if there's no Egon, then is there a Ghostbusters? And no is the answer. No, it's just a bunch of children playing Ghostbusters. And yes, Paul Rudd, thank God you put Paul Rudd in there. Because, I mean, I can't think of anybody else that would be like, yeah, if you're going to replace all of the adults and maybe have Bill Murray in there somewhere, then awesome. But, like, I don't know. I was really looking forward to the Kristen Wiig Ghostbusters. I thought that was going to be amazing. Amazing, but, it was just very, very poorly written. Or clearly not written at all, / yeah. We'll just do all the stuff from the current movies and then it'll be a hit. Like, no, your movie didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense and there weren't any actual jokes in it. It was just relying on the, like, isn't it funny when people fall down? Yeah, and that was the other thing. It's like, I also have a bit of the episode 1 rage where, we were all told, like, hey, no, like, Star Wars has always been a 9-part story. He just started showing it to us at part 4. So now we get to see the rest of it, and then the movie comes out, and it's just like, this movie was clearly just written. Like, this definitely isn't something that you've thought about forever, because a lot of it doesn't hook up to the rest of your effing story that you said that this is an integral part of the whole story. So, no. And then I see this trailer, and it's like, well, this clearly isn't that movie that they've been talking about, where they're like, no, if we do a Star Wars, if we do a Ghostbusters 3, it has to be A, B, C, and D. And that's how we ended up with that Evolution movie that was supposed to be kind of a bit of a almost Ghostbusters thing, where that's why Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd ended up in that movie, because it was kind of Ghostbustery. And that one I got really excited for too, because like, David Duchovny as a Ghostbuster? Yes, let's do this. Pretty sure that was David Duchovny in the movie. Either way, it seemed to have some people that I'm like, this is going to be exciting, and then, oh man, that movie just goes on and feels like a Men in Black ripoff or something. It's just like, this is, somebody forgot to finish writing this movie. This is dumb. This is so dumb. And then again, mostly relying on the, isn't this funny? Like, nope. Falling down is only funny so many times, and then you eventually have to write some dialogue for Sandra Bullock. Please and thank you. It's been a long road getting from there to here. Beep. Beep. Oops. Deer on a car, you can really see the different line thickness now. Why won't you? There you go. Christmas treats. What kind of Christmas food am I all about? I'd say I'm just not that much of a super foodie that I'm like, you know, when you usually go to anybody's house, they start listing the things they're going to have, the things they're excited about. Actually, whilst at Subway, as a lot of my stories take place, there were these ladies who, again, when I forget my headphones, oh, the world is a vampire just sucking the life out of me. Waiting to go to order my sub, and you know, my usual problem with Subway is that it's always somebody's first time at Subway, and they're like, "Oh, like, can you toast my sandwich? But can you toast it before you put stuff on it, and then toast it again after you put stuff on it?" You just broke my brain, lady. Didn't know that was a thing. That seems insane to me, especially for somebody who has clearly never been here before, and you don't know what toast level is going to happen. Like, do you think you're a toasted ham over here? No, you're not. You're just some lady. So they were listing off, like, ooh, like, you know, I get a free turkey at work, but I told, you know, my husband to still go pick up a turkey because we'll have that turkey. Then I still want more turkey because I love turkey. And then she was like, yeah, turkey. And then I swear, for a good minute, they only said the word turkey back and forth for way too long. We're just like, turkey, turkey. And then for some reason they said the word salt a few times. Like salt, like, oh, I gotta have salt. Like so much salt, like salting it up. Like, what? And then I realized, like, oh yeah, I don't actually care that much about most of the specific foods. Other than, like, yeah, I do love turkey, but I'm fully fine with, like, oh, there's no turkey. That's fine. Don't care. Life goes on. And, all that stuff. Other than, like, apple pie is still my jam. Always got to have some apple pie. If there's apple pie, but even that, now that apple pie is like, hey, I live across the street from a grocery store, like, I feel like apple pie. Now I have one. And nobody makes apple pie anymore, so a lot of the specialness was like, oh, this aunt makes it this way, this aunt makes it that way, and my mom makes it this way. They're all technically the same way, but slightly different, and they're great. But now it's just like, did you go to this bakery? I went to that bakery. We all went to that bakery. I thought they were better on Tuesday. Oh, they're doing pretty good today. So it's like it's all become the same bakery food. So it's like, who cares anymore? It is funny, like that lady. I can't believe actually those ladies didn't. Why can't I feel this? Phil. Don't see any holes. I'm also, I don't. When did. Am I crazy? I feel like crazy. What happened to the close gaps button? There used to be a. Phil. What a. Okay, that works. So it does work. Oh, is this the hole here? There it was. Found it. Found the hole. It was in the air. So yeah, like she asked for a bunch of stuff and same deal. It was like onions, and he was like, okay. She's like, lots of onions. But then she was like, that's enough. And he grabbed another handful of onions and covered it with onions. And like, this lady is definitely going to fight this sandwich. And I copy and pasted my lines to another layer so I can put the color down there. And then that way I'll just do the color behind stuff. So I don't ruin my lines. And then I can do weird stuff like, let's do blues. I'm a monochromatic weirdo. And I like shading things and not the color they are. Now, the proper thing probably would have been to look at how this deer looks. Oh, I got it back right here. There we go. This part should be brighter. I should have known that. That's crazy. Was I still talking about food? I feel like oh yeah, and then so anyway, she got the onions, piles and piles of onions, and she didn't say anything. I was like, all right, she probably really did want more onions. Was afraid to ask. That's okay. But then she was like, mayonnaise, and he's like, light mayo or regular mayo, and she was like, what? Miracle Whip, and he was like, light mayo or regular mayo? We're like, yeah, whatever you got, whatever kind of Miracle Whip you got. And it's just like, it kind of makes me a little bit insane when people say Miracle Whip instead of mayonnaise. Now that I'm old enough to know since the day I became aware that Miracle Whip is just vinegary mayonnaise, and that mayonnaise is fantastic. But yeah, it's just like, I want Miracle Whip. Like, really? Who asks for Miracle Whip anymore? Those commercials don't work anymore. But he, and we all know the move. Let's see if I can Apple tab and go to me. So they take the bottle and they go tap tap, tap tap, tap tap, and they try to do a strip. So he went, and let's pretend Major Penguin's head is the beginning of the sub, and this screen here's the rest. So he went tap tap, except it only put it here, and then he was like, oh, tap tap, but he kept starting at the mayo pile and then trying to make a line until at one end of the sandwich there's like this mayo pile about this big, and then he finally gets a little strip, whoop, going across the rest. And I'm just like, well, there's no way. Like, he's definitely going to grab a knife and just spread that giant pile and not keep adding mayonnaise, right? Like, what society do we live in now? That's not a thing. It's not a thing. I mean, yeah, I've got glasses with an arm missing and they're still staying on, and that's magical and crazy. But this much mayonnaise, nobody, not even a mayonnaise maniac, wants that much mayonnaise. They just don't. I like dipping my french fries in mayonnaise, and I still don't want that much mayonnaise. But he filled like just so much, and then still a strip of mayonnaise that was still way more than I think should go on a sandwich. And then she didn't say anything. She didn't even, was like, oh, I think she might be fine with this. I think she's fine with this amount of mayonnaise. And I don't know, I just kept picturing these things, but it was just like, wow, this is so much mayonnaise. But yeah, those guys, like, that was their thing, was food, and they were talking about food, but mostly like just the excitement and plans to eat Christmas food, whereas I was legitimately still, it was just a few days ago, maybe a day ago, that I was just thinking about doing the stream. Like, I can't wait to stream this week and just to talk about those people opening their artwork in the car before they even got home. Like, that's a fun thing. I can't wait. I just can't wait to talk about that. But their can't wait is turkey meats and salt. Ooh, gotta have that salt. Do you get this kind of salt? I do get that kind of salt. Wow, you guys are actually talking about, the type of salt you're excited to put on your turkey? Excuse me. Like, I know that, again, my priorities are dumb because they're like these things, and, getting a chance to play more, you can't see it, it's behind the wall, with my Raphael toy, and just stop motioning things. Then I'm like, yeah, like, I go home and visit my family for Christmas, and I cannot wait to come back home and then just have some time for once to actually mess around with my artsy ideas. Like, I've always got a project on the go, and I had a few projects that I want to do specifically for Christmas that I don't think I'm going to get to until after Christmas, or at all. But we'll see. Whoa. And especially with the Facebooking, the interneting of the world, and everybody's, specifically like letting everyone know, by the way, I don't want visitors. I like being alone by myself, or, not having people come by for Christmas and this and that. Like, all right, cool. Well, then stop making me feel guilty when I want to stay home and play with my toys. Like, how old do I have to get before I can be like, yeah, Mom, I don't want to go visit so-and-so. I have toys here that I want to play with, and then Christmas break will be over, and then I have to go back to school / work / being a reasonable person in the world who doesn't have time to play with toys. Unless I turn it into a show, and like I always threaten to, stop motion with my action figures on stream. But yeah, apple pie, and now that is expanded out to strawberry rhubarb pie. And I guess if I have to say something, oh yeah, that's why they don't call them sandwich artists anymore as well, because it's like, no, put the stuff in the sandwich, get these people out of here. There's no more doctors and associates to claim that this is healthy food. Now that it's like it's borderline McDonald's now, with their fried chicken sandwiches and their weird pizza sandwiches, and yeah, my other. It's a guilty pleasure / just pretty much just Christmas. My Christmas weird food. Oh wow, I don't think I've ever said, "Oh, Subway doesn't have any cookies. I'll go make my own." I think Subway doesn't have any cookies. I'll go to the grocery store and get whatever they got going on. But I don't know. Last time getting cookies was my Subway problem when they were just like, we don't know how to fold a box. Oh, God. This is going to be a hilarious story for later. But yeah, my guilty, disgusting, delicious, amazing go-to Christmas jam is homemade bread and Cheese Whiz. I don't buy Cheese Whiz because if I do, then I'm like, I have to eat all of this right away before it gets gross. I don't usually get bread because I have to eat all of this before it gets gross. But at home, at my mom's house, there's Cheese Whiz. And especially at Christmas time, there's homemade bread and a toaster. And that's all I need. I'm good with that for a while. But when I get it and put it in my own apartment, very quickly am disgusted with myself and Cheese Whiz. Because, you know, you get curious, you read the ingredients, and there's no cheese in there. There's no anything. There's orange color. And then you find out there's, you know, Cheese Whiz is like a clear gelatin. And then they add an orange flavor to it. So what you're eating is insane. And that's really ruined it for me. I think Santa brought me this drawing tablet already. And Raphael. This is my Santa thing for myself. Thanks, Santa. You're welcome. And then the real Santa, when I go back home, will be some fresh socks and pajamas and possibly a gift card to an art store. So, perfect Christmas. Perfect Christmas. Oh my God. It's almost 11 o'clock. I've been doing this for this long. Oh, I guess I do actually work hard at work. Even when you're tracing. Why won't you select white? Do. So very Merry Christmas. What have you done? course, I also don't know why I feel like I have to finish these things before the end of the stream. Yeah, it's weird. Lots of kids love my book. Kids love the dinosaur book. Like my friends, best friends, little kid, twins. They're like 5 now, and they love flipping through it, going boobies. Like, yep. So there's lots of boobies in it. Then other people are like, hey, that's the book you're not allowed to look at. Small child. Oh, yeah. I should pick up that boat book. Actually... But I don't know. It'll be something like that. So anyway, it's the middle of the night. I do have a job to get to in the morning, and I don't know. We drew a deer on a car. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably still turn it into something. Maybe I'll save it for next week. I don't know. Either way, thanks everybody for hanging out and watching the stream, drawing things, tracing, if you will, cheating at art. Excuse me. And as always, tune in next Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. You're not allowed to say that. That only applies to me. That's my clock, my bat time, my bat channel. Yeah. Thanks. Anyway, as always, like I said, thanks a lot. Don't forget to go to the website, go to the stream. I'll get a new podcast up sometime this week. And if I'm at the Truro Farmers Market, swing by and buy whatever I've got. Usually have sexy dinosaur stickers, a handful of shirts, lots of books, and etc. Last market, I made 0 sales. Wow. I don't think I think only one other time I've made 0 sales. I was like, really? This is like Christmas time. The tables on either side of me selling constantly, whereas I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I'll draw Sigourney Weaver. Instagram. Anybody? Cool. I guess I'll draw David Bowie real quick. I don't know. These could be better, but some weeks you don't sell something, and that's fine. It's all for fun. But yeah. See everybody later. See you later, guys. Fa la la la. Meow. And credits, music now. Show is over, but how can I see it again or watch it some more on YouTube or Twitch? Repeats and clips and such, making up words that I don't know too much. Who even cares? Oh, snaps. No such thing as grownups.com. Oh yeah, I gotta get new glasses. Probably misses his old